Hello Sagittarius, welcome. This is a general reading for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So it won't resonate with everyone. Take what works, leave what doesn't. The message is for whoever needs to hear it. So this is a general reading for the week of August 5th. So Saggies, this is your week. So things at home are a little upset. Maybe things aren't as smooth as you would like them to be on the home place. But I think on another level, a lot of you Sagittarians are being very creative. I think that's a really great thing. I always like to see creativity in action. I'm an artist myself, so yeah, I always feel like the creative arts in some way or another is very healing for us, because it's almost like this internal language that we have with the universe and we can express it. So let's see what the universe has for us, dear Saggies. I can feel the spirit coming through me like this reading wants to happen. Oops. But I always find it really hard to do readings for Sagittarians because you don't like people knowing a lot of what's going on in your world. The great philosophers. All right, so let's see. What messages do we have, dear universe, for our Sagittarius for this week of August? So I feel like some of you are feeling pretty stuck and needing to let go of something that has been very heavy. I think a lot of you have been really tired. I think... I do see the energy shifting, but I just feel like you're going to have to let go of something that has been really weighing really heavy on you. I do feel like there's somebody around you who is very jealous of you. And I think just trying to deal with their energy has been very exhausting. But I feel like you're at a point, either you have let something go or you're about to let something go. And letting this go will ultimately bring you out of this dark place that you've been in. Because some of you are not letting people know how you're really feeling. And you know that it's just a matter of time. I really feel like there's these clouds around you. A lot of clouds around you. And I think it's because there's this ending that's happening. Maybe some of you are not going to give somebody a second chance, but what's this about? What is this about? Yeah, it's about breaking free of a situation that I feel like has kept you suppressed. I feel like you've been really caged up in a lot of ways. And again, the clouds, there's been so many clouds around you. But I feel like you finally reach a point of breaking through. It still makes you very nervous, whatever it is that you've had to let go of, because you haven't seen the light yet. But this is part of a healing. This is part of a very bigger picture. You know, it's part of a big transformation that you're going through. So some of you, when it comes to a relationship, maybe you're not feeling as connected, and that's left you feeling a little dark. Maybe some of you have just ended a relationship and now you're at a point of being really free and not knowing what to do with all of that freedom. I wonder if some of you have a cold or allergies. I just see a red nose. So I think things start to take off in another direction. Okay, this has been a very, like the clouds. Again, you've had so many clouds and you've been just waiting. Like, when is it my turn? When do I finally cash in on like Jupiter and Sagittarius that's supposed to be happening this year? And I think the door is open. I do think you're at that point where you are now given the freedom to fly. And I think some of you are going to be traveling. Maybe you're traveling someplace in the country. But I think the doors start to open for you. And that makes you feel really good, Sag. Really good. So one of the things, I think money has been a little stressful. And I think one of the things is you've got to quit comparing how much you make versus how much somebody else makes. I think this whole issue of comparison really leaves you always feeling like you're not good enough or you don't have enough, and I think you've got to get out of that mindset of always comparing yourself to somebody else. Okay? Because this is how I see you. I see this as a very Sagittarian card. I see you as the rebel. I see you really moving forward. I think a lot of what you're doing, you keep really quiet. As I said earlier, it's like a Sagittarian's hard to read because you don't wear your heart on your sleeve. You're kind of very reserved, but I think you are making moves that are being divinely guided. I think you're hearing them. I think you're on the right track. I think all of it is good. All right, Sag. So good things for you, even if you feel like sometimes you're off and you're not, like you're in a room full of your friends and you're not connecting, that kind of thing. That's okay. That's all right, because I think you're in a place right now where this is about you. This is about you completing cycles, trusting what you're doing. I think you're growing. And this is a big growth spurt for you. But ultimately, success is on your horizon. I mean, it's definitely right there. So this week, maybe you have to let go of something. Maybe you have to look at these clouds. Again, the whole cloud issue. It's like, it's not always a cloudy day. All right, Sagittarius. And sometimes when the clouds are around, it's because it makes you stay at home and clean up something. So I think it's like turn lemons into lemonade is what I'm sensing. And I think ultimately you are going to have success. I don't think you have to pretend anymore. I think you are who you are. You're doing what you're doing. You're making changes. Not everybody understands the changes. That's okay. Ultimately, this is about you really finding some peace and happiness and standing your own. For some of you, a relationship, something could come to a head, but it's necessary, so that everybody can feel good again. Because I'm feeling a heaviness here with this card. I mean, this is a very dark card, but this is, this is where it's really dark. Okay. And from here, we move to this card that's also very dark. See the clouds? And it's exhausting. You're really tired. Really tired. So you just want to let go and give in to all of this. Again, the clouds. See the clouds? But in comes this magician. And I think it's almost like you are taking to the edge. And then all of a sudden, you take that leap. And the success comes. And you've grown through all of this. Really grown. So a tower could happen this week. Okay? And it could have something to do with your past, but it is about releasing a burden that you've been carrying. There's been a lot of things said. I think you've been hiding, trying to go along with everybody, and you can't anymore. So I think that's where you're at, Saggies. Really think that's where you're at. Some of you are going on a journey. You're definitely going inside. So you're listening to your intuition because you know that that's all you've got to really guide you. You've been feeling really unstable. Maybe some of you took a risk and it was a bad risk and it destabilized you for a little bit. Maybe it upset some of what's going on at home. Maybe you were doing something, a project, or, you had to let go of a business, or, there was definitely an ending. Definitely an ending. Maybe some of you are single and you don't want to be single anymore. Maybe some of you are just feeling, this sense of being really unstable, feeling very alone. But I think it's because you're being forced to look at your own self, and trusting who you are as a person. There's a burden you've been carrying, and I think that letting go of whatever it is, look, it could be a house, it could be a job, it could be anything. But I think there's something that has been really exhausting you and really weighing heavy on you. And it's kept you stuck. And you're done. It's like, you're going to move on. you know, because you're going to go away from all of these clouds. And this is something from the past. This is definitely something from the past. Yeah, so you got to quit fighting with yourself and start flowing with the energies that are coming as they come up. Yeah, there's endings, lots of endings. This is like cycles that are just definitely coming to fruition. So I think this dark period, maybe some of you have been really depressed in a really dark place. I think this week you're forced to look at it, really. We are in the shadows of Mercury retrograde. So a lot of things came up last month that were a little, you know, destabilizing. Maybe, you know, things came up that you couldn't believe were happening around you. Maybe finances were a little stressed, you know, that kind of thing. I think this week you're being told to trust and not to weigh on all of the negativity that's just recently happened, and to move on, because ultimately you're going to be able to manifest everything you want. I mean, a total card of balance and completion. So, anything else for our Sagittarians before we move on? Let's see, no. I think that's what I've got for you, Saggies. Yeah, so don't get ahead of yourself, all right? Go moment to moment, okay? Because I think, you know, you have the ability where you can trip yourself up. So don't go there, you know. Slow down. Just process all of these emotions, because there's a heaviness that you're letting go of. But ultimately, it frees you. So take this week day by day, step by step. Things get in your way, you get frustrated, take a deep breath, because I do sense that something could come up that could frustrate you. Just relax, all right? So with that, I'm going to end this, Sagittarius. I hope it resonated. If not, tune into the next reading. Check your own signs. I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. I really would appreciate it. So with that being said, I will see you at the next reading. Until then, blessed be. Bye now.